Why is it that we celebrate strength but we shame rest? What if our idea of strength is actually hurting us? Whether we like it or not, we live in an oppressive, violent system. Basically, our entire socialization is a social hierarchy that inevitably automatically leads to the suffering of some groups. Added to that, we're all individuals with unique lived experiences. Many of us have had to be resilient. No one had to teach us. It was just automatic based off of the environment that we were born in, that we were raised in. We just had to survive the day. But what if I told you that resilience can look like rest, asking, demanding support and help, and choosing joy? I don't think it's normal for us to constantly be on the grind, constantly be on the fight, just to survive the next thing. It's interesting that rest becomes a radical act in a system that's built on our exhaustion. Radical rest then becomes the ultimate path to our liberation. I am on a mission to be a well rested woman. I know resilience from growing up in the blue mountains of Portland, Jamaica as a country girl. We're up in the hills, not much resources. We're rich in nature, but poor in infrastructure. Not a lot of access to opportunities. I took the higher education route thinking that will be my way out, my way of upward social mobility. That has not played out. I've been pivoting and being resilient and trying new ways and just taking on the world. The struggle, we know it. Resilience, we know it. Rest, not so much. And that's why we're here. I don't know about you, but I am exhausted. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted from my great 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 grandmothers all the way back to slavery time and taking that to the Caribbean. That was just 187 years ago. So a seed was planted within me, having feeling my discomfort and pain manifesting in my body to pursue and look at a more holistic way to healing. As I know, as a yoga teacher, as a wellness advocate, here I am talking to my people about why rest is vital. Rest is resistance, rest is remembrance, rest is everything. It is everything. And the sad part is we don't really know how. And that is why that is what we're gonna talk about in this video. Black people, the issues are in the tissues. We are stressed and our bodies tell us every day. The pain, the dis-ease, the discomfort. It's not in isolation. It's the constant stress of having to struggle and fight in this life. Yeah? So before we get into the work, I just want you to affirm I deserve ease, I deserve peace, I deserve rest. I fully endorse hard work, but I want it to be the right work. You know, the work that's aligned with a vision, with a mission, your authentic purpose, your unique purpose. And I get it. We do not live in a utopian world. We have to work, we have to pay our bills, we have to do all these things, we have kids, whatever your situation may be. But balance. Balance is key. Alright, loves, let's get into it. So we've agreed. We need rest, yes, but we need to pay bills. We need rest, yes, but I have kids. The challenge will forever be the system wants you to struggle. Rest is a threat to it. It's a radical act. So here's what I want you to know. You have to get comfortable with seeming crazy. You have to hold on to that imagination. You have to hold on to that vision of the life that you actually want to live and trust that it is possible to create in some way. It is possible to create. It is possible to live the life that actually feels good to you. It's not just about looks. I want to create the world that I want to live in. Because this right now, it's not sustainable. But before we get into how we can make it more sustainable, how we can make resilience healthy for us, let's talk about what resilience is. Resilience is the capacity to withstand or to recover quickly from difficulties. I think it's pretty safe to say now, at the moment of this recording, June 13th, 2025, we can look at the state of the world, look at the war that's happening with Gaza, look at what's happening in Congo, look at what's happening in Ukraine, look at what's happening here in the US. It's pretty clear these systems want us to suffer. But here's what we're gonna have to do, because resilience is not only about recovering quickly, it's about transformation. The first thing we're gonna do is rest. Yeah, it's that simple. Rest. It's not so simple to many of us, though. Many of us don't even know how to rest. It's not our fault. I would recommend the book Rest is Resistance by Trisha Hersey. And she's basically saying that rest becomes resistant to a capitalist, white supremacist system that needs your labor for profit. Yeah, it's completely ridiculous that we live in a world where me as a black woman just deciding to rest becomes a radical act. Yeah, just because I decide I want to live. I know you're gonna have to fight some demons. You are gonna hear the thought, oh my god, you're so lazy. You're too lazy. And if you come from Jamaican or Caribbean background, we we have it bad. We have it real bad. It's like them allergic to rest. It is so deeply ingrained. Rest is almost illegal. So we're literally gonna have to train ourselves, and that's why I am here. So we're gonna have to train them inner demons, get behind these Satan. You're gonna have to deal with the external opinions, and you're gonna have to deal with your body resisting the urge to stay still, fighting it. I know I have to do this because a liberated black woman is really a threat to the status quo. If we choose to prioritize our mental, physical, and spiritual well being, we won't be so easily manipulated, because when we're exhausted and we're tired, we're just doing whatever we have. We're in fight or flight mode, we're in survival mode. And that leads me to the second way how we can make resilience more healthy: ask for help, ask for support. Black women, I know we carry the world, we carry everyone and drag ourselves. Ask for help. Demand it if you need to. Demand it if you must. A part of the system is the patriarchy. And so, even within family structures, we are carrying the burden. So, it's not just at the system level, we're also doing it at the community level, at the family level, and balance is required in every single way. So, it comes back to you as the individual. How do you learn to embody rest? Ask for help. I do not believe that we're supposed to be in interpersonal relationships sacrificing ourselves for anything. I don't believe that to be true. Sacrificing yourself to your own detriment. I don't believe that to be true. You can sacrifice some things, but to sacrifice your health, your well being, that shouldn't be up on the table at all. So if it's a threat to my well being, it has got to go. It is too expensive. All of these systems intertwine: white supremacist, capitalist, patriarchal, ableist, all intertwine, honey. Due to how these systems set, you not asking for the support that you need so you can be your best, so you can pour your best into the people that need you. It's not the flex that you think it is. It's actually quite detrimental in ways that are not so visible with the naked eyes. But it's all interconnected. And that's why when you take care of your mind, your body does better. And when your mind and your body does better spiritually, you are better. Therefore, when we feel like we are worthy of being taken care of, we have no problem to reclaim our joy. That's the third way we can make resilience more healthy for us as black people. Reclaim our joy. You deserve it. Black joy can be such a scarce thing. I remember a couple years ago, I saw this picture of my aunt. We grew up in the rural mountains of Portland, Jamaica, and all I see my aunt and my mom do, and my grandmas, like they worked hard, they worked hard to make sure that their kids had what they needed. What I've never seen is my aunt having fun. So I saw this picture of her on a swing set, I think it was, and just the laughter and the joy. It brought up an uncomfortable feeling within myself because I realized that wow, I've rarely seen my people like in true joy. Outside of us, we're always gonna find joy within our lives, no matter how hard it is. But just like that fun type of joy, just because, no, it's not something that we're used to. And that made me so uncomfortable. That led me to a term and a theme that I like to refer as poverty in paradise. If you've ever been to Jamaica, Jamaica nice. Jamaica nice. I love my country. Jamaica is a vibe. Your happiness is free. Just being there is just a spiritual, vibrant place. On the other hand, the socio-economic situation, bolstered by systems like government and religion and all of these things, it makes it a harsh and a hard reality to live in. So you see the dichotomy of poverty in paradise. It's like, oh, it's so nice, but also it's so hard. And that's where I guess I have this sweet sort of rhythm resilience. I have a rhythm to my resilience. I guess you can term it that. We can come up with a dance. I have a rhythm to my resilience. I absolutely do. I absolutely do. And that's what I want to teach you. In all seriousness, though, rest is resistance. Rest is reparations. Rest is recognizing that our ancestors already did the work. They already laid the foundation for us to be free. And now that we are free, it is now our turn to do our path. So as much as they laid the foundation, it wasn't perfect. Many of us still grew up in poverty. Many of us are starting from scratch because no economic foundation wasn't really there. So they weren't perfect. They bled, they sweat, and they prayed for us. They prayed for a change, for better days. And here we are now with a lot of freedoms. We are in privileged positions. It's not perfect. We're still in the struggle. But compared to 150 years ago, yeah, it's better. We are the change. We are the better days that they prayed for. So how are we being better? What is your contribution? What is your contribution? What are you adding to the foundation? And these are the types of questions that I have. And that's why I only have one friend, well, two friends and one cousin. Okay. I, Jade, declare and decree if I do nothing else with my life, I'm gonna crack this code. That is it. That is it. And that leads me to the fourth way how we can have a more healthy resilience in life as Black people. You have to have a why. What is your vision? What is your greatest dream? In this work, that vision has to be some sort of commitment to a life of liberation work. There's just no way around it. If you're not actively doing liberation work in this life, the way things are situated, then you're complacent. You've just accepted your fate. And I get it, it's a heavy one because it's dirt work. It's gonna be hard dirt work, and it's forever work. Liberation work is really tied to generational healing. Generational cycle breakers. Where are you? I know it is a heavy load. But you were chosen to be the one to heal your bloodline. There is no denying. It's time to get in line. You are the one you've been waiting for. Listen, radical rest is vital to the liberation work. The liberation work is a lifetime work. It's slow work, and that means us taking it back to ourselves. How can we slow down, regulate, release so we can rise? When we learn how to slow down, how to regulate our nervous systems, we eventually begin to release. And that's how we break these cycles. It's such mighty and powerful work, you know. But we're doing it in such slow and intentional way, in such a healthy way. We have no other choice but to break cycles and leave a legacy, not just physical material wealth for your future generation. Because this it's spiritual work. It's spiritual work. It's spiritual work. It is. It absolutely is. So if you're ready, let's go. Self healing is generational healing. So radical rest is vital to the liberation movement. It's vital for a liberated living. When we learn to slow down and regulate our nervous systems, when we learn to slow down and heal ourselves, we create new pathways. We release the tension and the issues that are in our tissues. And we pass on more than just material legacy to the next generation. As much as sometimes it may feel hard, like I feel like, why am I called to do this work? Why am I called to try to show up and be seen in a certain way when I don't even want to be perceived? Like, I wouldn't mind to just be left to a peaceful life, unseen by eyes. I don't really need that to survive, that level of attention. But I really want to reach my people because that is a part of my mission. That is my vision, my why. That leads me to the fourth way that we're going to cultivate healthy resilience or more healthy resilience as Black people. What is your why? And I'll tell you this right now. You have to have some sort of commitment to a life of liberation work. This is dirt work. You're doing it from the day you're born till the day you die. This is dirt work. We're always going to be doing it. However, we're building on the foundation of our ancestors. We're adding our contributions. They've done the physical labor, all this manifested wealth around us. Let's not forget, we are historians. We know where all of this comes from. So the fact that we're still living in times where so much is still required of us. Now, it's less so much of what's on our hands and around our necks, but what's in our hearts and in our bodies, our energy, our spiritual life force energy. We have to protect it with everything. And that's why I am imploring you to slow down, and rest. It is vital to the liberation movement. We are the cycle breakers. Cycle breakers, where are you? I know that this is hard work. However, you were chosen to be the one to heal your bloodline. There is no denying it. The time has come for you. Accept your fate. Accept your fate. Just accept it. If not you, then who? You are the one you've been waiting for, boo. Come on, boo. Come on. I know it's hard. But that's why I'm trying to teach you how we can be more resilient in a healthy way. And that comes back to rest. That rest is very much generational healing. Self healing is generational healing. So when we learn to slow down and do things and rest because the people who came before us never had the opportunity to, that is our contribution. That, I'm not saying that alone. Of course, we're going to work hard doing work that is purposeful. Yeah, sure. But rest so you remember who you are. Rest so we can get this reparation in the spiritual sense. Rest so we can release all of this pain and tension and trauma from our DNA. It is evidence, it's been proven that trauma is transferred down the bloodline through our DNA. So if you're a parent and you're participating in reproduction, come on. Come, let's learn to rest. Let us learn to rest. I, Jade, as a yoga teacher and embodiment life coach, I embrace the theme of rest and resilience. Yes? So, what does healthy resilience look like to you? I'm going to tell you 3 things you can do to start living a more healthy, resilient life. One, watch how you think and talk to yourself. Notice your inner critic. Is he or she quick to shame you, to make you feel away because you're trying to rest? To remember you that, oh, you should be grinding, you should be doing things. Watch that. How can you be more self compassionate? That is going to be necessary because rest is not hope for debate. Try to take at least 10 minutes every day and just be. Sit in stillness, meditate, listen to the rain. Like it's raining. I love it. And the third thing you can do, if you have a safe person, safe people, talk about the things that are bothering you. And if you don't want to talk about it, add even more movement. Move it out. Do yoga, do somatic movement. Just move your body. So, rest is resistance, rest is renewal, rest is remembrance, rest is reparations. It's everything that we deserve. Give yourself the humanity. Give yourself the humanity. Even when the world tells you you don't deserve it, you're not asking for it, you are taking it. If you've never been someone who thinks more about what you're contributing as a part of a legacy, no matter who you are, if you're not someone who actively thinks like that, I would encourage you to start to have that kind of mindset. To see, are you conscious of the contribution that you plan to have to make your life, your existence worth it? Worth it. You don't have to prove anything, but what is your personal contribution that you want to make sure that, especially if you're participating in the reproduction, the next generation, how are you setting them up to be better than we were? Because it should be about transformation, not just bouncing back. It can't just be survival die, survival die. It's very evident that the systems want you exhausted, they want you disconnected and distracted. So when you don't know your true self, you're just in this hypervigilant survival mode, and so they can keep exploiting you and profiting off of you. So don't keep feeding into that same old machine. Know that rest is more than bouncing back, it's about transformation. And if you take nothing else from this video, I want you to know that, listen, rest is vital to the liberation mission. Resilience without rest is stress, and prolonged stress leads to dis-ease, and that is a threat to the liberation mission. I will see you in the next one. Leave a comment. Let me know if any of this lands. Peace.